started to tear up, making a little speech about how Thanksgiving used to mean so much more to us. It hurts me to see my kids not getting along, she said, dabbing her eyes. And that's when it started. The old grudges, the usual arguments from past Thanksgivings that we all thought we'd buried. Suddenly, everyone was blaming me for things that happened years ago, dragging up memories I'd rather forget. Even if I tried to defend myself, it wouldn't have mattered. They'd all made up their minds about my sins ages ago. Just when I thought I couldn't take anymore, my younger cousin, who had stayed out of the chaos all evening, leaned over and whispered, "Hey, don't let them get to you. I see what's going on." It was a small gesture, but in that moment it meant everything. But it wasn't enough to hold back the rising frustration. The final straw was when they all started mocking my obsession with work-life balance. I'd worked hard to get to a point where I felt proud of my career, and hearing them laugh about it made me feel like I was suffocating. I'd come in hoping for a peaceful evening, but I could feel myself unraveling under their relentless digs. So I did something I'd never done before. I stood up, grabbed my coat, and headed for the door. No big speech, no explanations, just a silent exit. I could feel their eyes on me, the surprise and confusion as I walked out. The messages started before I'd even made it to my car, one after another lighting up my phone. They were shocked, calling me selfish, demanding to know why I would ruin Thanksgiving. But as I pulled away, I didn't feel selfish. I just felt free. Update 1. The fallout started almost immediately. As soon as I drove away from my parents' house, my phone began buzzing nonstop. By the time I got home, I had over a dozen missed calls, texts, and voicemails. Each one was a different family member, each with their own opinion about what I'd done. First, there was my mom's voicemail, tearful and dramatic, as usual. Her voice wavered, asking me how I could just walk out on my family like that. She talked about how much effort she put into making Thanksgiving special for everyone, and how it was heartbreaking to see me leave. Every word was loaded, meant to make me feel guilty, and I could almost see her sitting there, dabbing at her eyes with a tissue for effect. Then came the texts from my brother. He'd always had a short fuse, so his messages were angrier, calling me selfish and immature for causing a scene. According to him, I'd acted like I was too good for the family, and he was quick to remind me that real family doesn't just walk out. I scrolled through his texts, one after the other, all variations on the same theme. He clearly didn't want to hear my side of the story, just wanted to make sure I knew how wrong I was. The calls from my dad came next, one missed call after another. Finally, he left a long text. It was half apology, half guilt trip. He said he was sorry if things got a little out of hand, but reminded me that family holidays can be stressful, and sometimes people say things they don't mean. He ended with a plea to keep the peace and told me that family is all we have in the end. I wasn't sure what to make of his message. It felt like he was on the verge of taking my side, but then he'd pull back, falling back into the family unity line. As I tried to process all the messages, my Aunt Linda chimed in with a text of her own. She went on about how Thanksgiving is a time for family and how I had ruined it for everyone by leaving.